It's been a disappointing afternoon for the Bucks. They've gone down 3-1 at home to Boston United here in National League North this afternoon. Now manager Gavin Cowan with me. Gavin, we did speak briefly before the game, but you've had a little bit more time to think about it. How do you feel about it?
Yeah, obviously from a result perspective, very disappointed. I think from a performance perspective, it's not really hit the dizzy heights of the last 2 weeks, or the previous 2 games. But yeah, I thought we were well in the game. I thought some real poor refereeing was very much in the game over long periods, and I think he created a lot of anarchy and a lot of frustration from the players directed at him. And I think ultimately his decisions changed the game. But I feel like if it would have been a draw today, I don't think either team would have complained. For the neutral, it was a great game to watch. But from our point of view, we've got to look at what we can do better, and that's really finish some of the many chances that we had and stop them having as many.
Sure. I mean, like you say, it was a very open game, probably as a former defender more open than you would have wanted.
Yeah, but just as a manager in general, for all phases of the pitch, you don't want it that open, and we worked on it at half time, which was quite frustrating. We spoke quite openly about that, and when to press and not to press. So disappointing. But again, I just feel like the referee today was particularly poor. I'm not a big fan of criticising referees. I did it at the first game of the season. I stand by that. I know the referee lovers will be critical of me, but I'm a referee lover as well. Get on with a lot of referees, and I think there's been some really good performances, especially the one against York. I thought the referee was immense, even though he gave a couple of decisions against us, which, to be fair, I made him right. But just today, I think it bordered on incompetence. The linesman closest to me was quite vocal about how he was even miffed at some of what was going on. But I don't want to drop him in it too much. But yeah, it was very frustrating, and like I say, caused a lot of anarchy directed towards him. And also, we've got to look at ourselves. There's numerous chances. Having looked back at the game, we've got to finish really. Marcus Denangra has a great opportunity, and Matt Stenson and Aaron Williams and Adam Walker. But as well, we were very open at the back, which has not been like us the last 2 games. So yeah, very frustrating, and we've got to find that consistency, because ultimately, consistency in this league is going to see you well. And I'm not going to have a team that are going to have a positive result and a couple of poor ones, and a couple of good results and then a poor one. We need to find that level of consistency. So I think at the start of the season we set off really well. Even the Kettering game, I thought we were very dominant, and then we had a couple of poor run results, and then it was brilliant again, and then it was poor again, and now it's come good again, and we had a poor today, and it's just not where we want to be at. We want to be in a position where we're getting that level of consistency, but the players have got to take responsibility for that. That's something that myself, Mark Sherville, Jamie Haynes and Phil Traynor worked really hard on getting them not only physically but mentally prepared for games. So they need to take that responsibility now, and but a very frustrating day that I felt as though, like I say, the performance wasn't where it has been, but good enough for me really to, the crowd were brilliant today. They were so behind us. Even and where I give them even more credit is even when we were 3-1 down, I think they had a sense of that the effort was there, the hard work, the desire, and it just wasn't going our way, and that we weren't finishing chances. I think they were as frustrated as us, but a particular thanks goes out to the supporters for sticking with us even in that tough time, because I speak about it a lot. Equally as the last 2 results, I haven't got too excited. I'm frustrated today because it was a 5-hour journey to York on Tuesday, and we put in a lot of preparation for today's game, and it hasn't come off. But I suppose that's football management.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you spoke about the half time? I mean, what was your message there? Because later on in the first half, you'd sort of come under some pressure, but then had gone into the lead, so difficult to know how to pitch it.
Yeah, we started really well. We had a good 15-20 minutes where we were very dominant, and then we allowed them back into the game really, and you could just see their feathers coming out and getting quite confident. But I was getting very frustrated, and I was really looking forward to half time. But the lads then 5 minutes before half time started to take it upon themselves to take that responsibility and do the right things again. So yeah, there was a discussion around those 20-25 minutes, which I wasn't overly keen about, but we sorted it out. And then, like I say, Yatesy for me is, I don't think he realised Zach Lilly was down, but he should have kicked it out of play. People have got to be telling him, I'm screaming on the pitch to kick it out of play, and he doesn't, and then they go on the ascendancy and score, and we're a man down. But the penalty decision, I mean, we've looked at it. I mean, I welcome anyone to look at that and think that's a penalty. Billy Sass-Davies is absolutely distraught. The referee said that he saw the player's shoulder blade come out of his shirt. I mean, it's farcical. You know, it's a crazy decision. And listen, I get it. Referees make mistakes, but you know, it's not one that tips on the edge. I get it, making silly comments like, you know, his shoulder blade's coming out of his shirt. I mean, it just didn't happen. The one on Theo we've looked back at, and it's a shocking decision again. How he's not given that as a penalty. He's literally two hands on Theo, pushed him on the ground. The Chris Lake one wasn't a penalty. We've looked back at that. I think Lakey's gone down too easy, and I think he's confirmed that himself. And then there was the other one. Was it on Stenson or Williams? One or the two. Again, it's a blatant penalty, and just consistency. You know, if you're not going to give, if you don't give their one, then don't give ours. But if you are going to give their one, I mean, those two are more of a penalty than our one. I mean, it's even the Boston players are looking around surprised. You know, the lad who's even got fouled is unsure of what's going on. So. But we have to take responsibility. You know, we have numerous chances there. We should really be converting, and our defending needs to be better. I felt as though Boston opened us up too much, and we opened up them too much. So great for the neutral, but certainly not for a football manager that's wanting to drive a team and a club forward.
Sure. So looking to put some of those things right. Curzon Ashton next Saturday is your first opportunity.
Yeah, well, it's going to be a difficult game. You know, I don't think there's any easy games in this league, and it's about who turns up. You know, I felt as though we could have been a little bit more present today in terms of our performances, and I think that just comes down to a bit of football intelligence and game management. But outside of that, you know, I thought the performance justified certainly a point, if not three, and I'm sure Boston would say the same. It could have gone either way, but to come out of it, look on the other end of it, really, the referees' decisions have changed the game today, and that's particularly frustrating.
Okay, thanks for your time, Gavin. As always.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Cheers.